Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the penultimate race in season number 4 of the HES Elimination Series, race number 9. We are here at the Darlington Raceway for the Darlington 50K, a 23-lap race around this 1 and about a third mile racetrack in Darlington, South Carolina. Quite possibly my favorite racetrack in all of NASCAR. And it is going to set up the finale race for the HES Elimination Series. At the end of the day, we will have 2 drivers left in championship contention, and whoever finishes highest of those 2 drivers at Daytona on Wednesday will win the HES Elimination Series Championship for season number 4. The defending champion is still in championship contention. He is one of the 4 drivers still in championship contention coming into today's race. That is Matt Daleo in the number 40, who starts 4th, the highest championship eligible driver starting in the field here today. Nobody is safe from elimination here, as none of the championship eligible drivers won last time in Talladega, so it is going to be an all-out fight for the 4 championship contenders. The highest 2 finishers will qualify for the finale at Daytona. The other 2 will be eliminated in the penultimate race of the season from championship contention. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off. Starting lineup on the bottom of your screen. Eli Bright in the number 95, won last time here in the HES Elimination Series, so he gets the start on the pole position. Alongside him, it's the number 26 of Josh Crash. Row number 2, we have ourselves Luke Rainey in the number 13, and the highest championship eligible driver in the field, the defending champion, Matt Daleo in the number 40. Then we got ourselves the number 32 of Reagan Whitlock and Chris Skinlart. Row number 4, got the 55 of Paul Minnick and Devin Cook. Devin Cook still in championship eligibility in that number 46. He won at Zenjoltis a couple races ago. Row number 5 sees Julius Anderson and Ryan Madden. That rounds out the top 10 starting positions. The other 2 championship eligible drivers are Lagasee and Julio Cesar. All 4 of the championship eligible drivers start on the outside lane for this race, and if you know Darlington well, you know that the outside lane is not necessarily the best place to be. So it's definitely going to get interesting to see which 2 drivers qualify for the finale race here in the HES Elimination Series season number 4. 2 of them will, and if you are one of those 2, you have a 50% chance of winning the HES Elimination Series Championship. How about Matt Daleo, the defending champion? Been really quiet this season. He almost won Armory Digital, but he has not won a race yet this season. And the same goes for the other 2 guys, with the exception of Devin Cook. Both Lagasee and Julio Cesar, neither of those guys have won a race yet this season. So it's a lot about the consistency compared to the wins here in the HES Elimination Series. Anyways, pace cars pulled off. Eli Bright, Josh Crash, we're green flag racing at Darlington. And I know it might seem a little bit odd that we're going to Darlington after all these road courses. Actually, haven't gone to any road courses here in the HES Elimination Series, but all these super speedways and tracks we normally don't go to in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and then all of a sudden we go to Darlington. You know, I know that seems kind of odd, but I love Darlington. It's my favorite racetrack in NASCAR. Probably. It's between that or Auto Club Speedway, and I use the Auto Club Speedway here in the HES Elimination Series and the Air Electric Pro Series. So my 2 favorite racetracks, I put them in the schedule because I love them so much. Eli Bright leads the first lap. He easily pulled away from Luke Rainey, but the thing we're going to really be watching for today is the 2 drivers who make it to Daytona in championship eligibility. It looks like Matt Daleo is going to find the inside lane here, and that is definitely a good thing for that number 40, the defending champion of the series, looking to become the first ever driver to win back-to-back championships in a series. Oh, and heavy contact to the outside wall for Julius Anderson. That is what you call a Darlington stripe. And that 35 definitely earned one there. Daleo's going to get to the inside of him there for that position. Luke Rainey has taken the lead as Eli Bright falls off in the 95. Reagan Whitlock, Paul Minnick right behind the 13. All these guys eliminated. There are only 4 drivers left in championship eligibility. That's Matt Daleo, Lagasee, Devin Cook, and Julio Cesar. At the moment, the 2 guys who would be eliminated would be Devin Cook and Julio Cesar. and it would be a championship battle between Lagasee and Matt Daleo for the final race of the season. And Anderson, he is having a very hard time in this number 35. Skidlark just smacked the outside wall tremendously, and it does appear that Devin Cook did as well in the number 46. He falls to 20th position, last place in the field. Reagan Whitlock out front right now in the number 32. Matt Daleo on the outside of Josh Crash. And Daleo's going to be on the outside lane through turns 1 and 2. That is the place you do not want to be stuck on the outside. Look, he loses 4 positions in 1 turn. Now, through turns 3 and 4, you can get the outside lane to work, but through turns 1 and 2, you cannot get it to work at all. And Lagasee here in the 93, he is still in championship contention. He's been very quiet as well in that number 93. And he is going to draft this number 40 and possibly get around him for the highest position. Of course, these two guys are still a little bit away from the number 98, who is third of the championship-eligible drivers. The third place and fourth place drivers in championship eligibility who failed to qualify for the finale race in championship eligibility. Devin Cook's going to take third away from Julio Cesar for the third position. But at the moment, it would be these two guys eliminated from championship contention here today at Darlington. Daleo pulling away a little bit from Lagasee, looking pretty safe right now. Looks like he might be able to get around this number 30 of Dane Ammon, who got stuck on the outside there in the number 30. Almost set him on, but it's Dane Ammon. And oh no, around goes the 83! Matt Daleo and Lagasee avoid him, but I believe another championship contention, nope, was Dane Ammon. I thought Julio Cesar might have hit him, but no. And the caution is out here at the Darlington Raceway in the Darlington 50K as Philip Goldberg, I believe he got in to try to remember who it was here. Might have been Paul Minnick. I think it was Paul Minnick in the 55. And that happened right in front of Lagasee and Matt Daleo, a couple of championship contenders right behind that incident. Eli Bright has found his way back to the front of the field in the number 95, so he's going to lead the field to the green flag when we restart. But Philip Goldberg and Dane Ammon, a couple of eliminated drivers here in the HES Elimination Series, got caught up in this one here. Lap 7 of 23 here in the Darlington 50K. Fortunately for Matt Daleo, Lagasee, and Julio Cesar, and Devin Cook, they all avoided this crash, and they are all still on the racetrack looking to get those top 2 positions of the championship eligible drivers. Anyways, Eli Bright is leading the field in the number 95. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the caution here in the Darlington 50K. Coming in at turn number 2, this is a major trouble spot for guys who are on the outside lane. Paul Minnick majorly hitting that outside wall. And Philip Goldberg, he just could not correct it once he got spun around. Ryan Madden hit him in the number 83, and Goldberg just could not stay side by side with that 55 the way that 55 was bouncing off the wall. Dane Ammon hit him hard in the number 30. And it does appear that Cody Sill might have gotten a piece of it as well in number 7. He's already eliminated. He was eliminated in the last race here in the HES Elimination Series. That's an unfortunate one for Philip Goldberg and Dane Ammon. You see Devin Cook and Julio Cesar pass by this incident without any contact, so that's good news there, keeping all 4 championship-eligible drivers on the racetrack. Going to replay this one in real time. Paul Minnick hits the wall, comes back down just slightly, and gets into Philip Goldberg, which disrupts his race car, and around he goes in the 83, and Ammon could not avoid him in the number 30. Tough break for both of those guys, but neither of them in championship eligibility anymore. And it looks like it might be the end of the day for both of them here in the Darlington 50K. Anyways, the leader is Eli Bright, looking for 2 in a row here in the HES Elimination Series after winning that race at Talladega on Monday. Let's see what he does on the restart here in the Darlington 50K. Back here at the Darlington Raceway for the Darlington 50K in the HES Elimination Series. And that incident going to knock out both Philip Goldberg and Dane Ammon. Only 18 cars left on the racetrack, but all 4 championship-eligible drivers are still racing, looking to grab those final 2 spots for the finale at Daytona, where the highest finisher of the last two drivers will win the HERS Elimination Series Championship. Matt Daleo is the highest championship eligible driver. There is Al Lagasee not too far behind in 9th position. Then back here, Devin Cook and Julio Cesar, the other two championship eligible drivers, deep in the field right now, but still with a chance at getting into those final two positions. They are 15th and 16th coming to the restart. Eli Bright leads the field. Reagan Whitlock, Luke Rainey, Josh Crash, and Paul Minnick, who actually started the caution that occurred on lap 7 of this race. Pace cars pulled off. We're back to racing here in the Darlington 50K with only 12 laps to go in this race. Eli Bright in the number 95 remains out front. Ryan Madden, looks like he might have had a problem there on the restart. He's falling back tremendously. Of course, he is on the outside lane, but he did not get going. A gap there between 5th and 6th position. Luke Rainey for 2nd underneath of Reagan Whitlock. Josh Crash, Paul Minnick, still the top 5. Matt Daleo closing in here, a championship-eligible driver. The defending champion looking to be one of those final two drivers at Daytona. Al Lagasee running right behind Daleo, looking to be the other driver who would join him at Daytona in that championship battle. And as for the other two championship-eligible drivers, Julio Cesar is way off the pace in the 98. He's fallen off the pack here. And Devin Cook, he still has a shot in this number 46, running, say, about a second behind Al Lagasee. Daleo moving his way through the field. If Daleo were to win this race, he would start on the pole position for Daytona. Of course, he would not be safe from elimination because there is no elimination at Daytona. It's just a battle between two drivers. So if he were to win this race, he really wouldn't get anything except for the pole position in the next race. But Matt Daleo, I think the best way to avoid elimination is to win in his mind, and he's trying to get his first win of the season. He has not won in the HERS Elimination Series since Coca-Cola in season number 3. I believe that was the last time he won. There goes Josh Crash at the inside of Eli Bright. Bright hits the outside wall, and Daleo is going to take advantage of the 95's mistake. He's going to close in. He's not going to be able to pass him, but Daleo moving his way through the field very well in that number 40. Josh Crash leading the field in the number 26. Al Lagasee still in championship contention. The way he is running, he would be one of those final two drivers. He would join Matt Daleo in a battle for the championship at Daytona. But Devin Cook is not too far behind. This might be what we want to watch for here. If any of these guys happen to close up the Lagasee, get him stuck on the outside, Devin Cook could definitely take advantage of it and possibly take that final position for the championship too. Daleo has gotten around Eli Bright for the 2nd position, and he now has his eyes set on the number 26 of Josh Crash, looking to close in on the number 26, and he's definitely getting a great run through turn number 2. He might just get alongside him down the backstretch. Matt Daleo, a Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion, the only Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion who runs in this series, won the HERS Elimination Series Season 3 championship last year, and he's looking to get back-to-back championships in this series, and he's doing a very good job right now here at Darlington to get himself in that final 2 for Daytona. There he goes to the inside of Josh Crash for the lead. He's going to put Crash in the wall, and the 40 out front here at Darlington, a championship contender looking to go back-to-back in the HERS Elimination Series. If he were to win this race, he would definitely be one of those final two drivers at Daytona. Back here, Al Lagasee, he's closing in. He's up the 7th right now in the number 93, and a good distance between him and Devin Cook right now. It does appear that Julio Cesar is quite a ways behind, and I do not believe he's going to have any chance at getting into the top 2. Oh boy, Jordan Lopez has hit the outside wall tremendously. The 93 is still fine, however. And we remain green here at Darlington. It's going to be a battle between Matt Daleo and Eli Bright. Bright trying to go for 2 in a row here in the HERS Elimination Series. Daleo trying to make sure he can get the best starting position he possibly can at Daytona. Normally you wouldn't necessarily want that at a restrictor plate track, but considering that we only have 20 drivers in the field in this series, it might be a good thing to start out front because it's going to be easier to stay out front in a smaller pack than it is when we have these 42-car fields. So Daleo trying to get a really good starting position Of course, the first thing is he's trying to advance on in championship eligibility to Daytona. But right now it's looking pretty good for him because the next championship eligible driver running in the 5th position right now is Lagasee, not too far behind. And Daleo, he played it extremely smart there through turn number 2. He let Eli Bright go, and he filed in, so he made sure he did not overshoot turn number 2 and hit that outside wall. Very smart driving by the defending champion of this series. It looks like Lagasee is going to join him, but Devin Cook's not too far behind. Cook is closing in on Lagasee, and he might have a shot at championship eligibility for the final race of the season. 2 laps to go here at Darlington. I know I'm talking about the championship a lot, but it's a big deal, and that's why we're racing here today at Darlington to determine those final 2 drivers. But right now, we're going to focus on the battle for the win. Matt Daleo right behind the 95, trying to get this win here at the Darlington Raceway. Is not won yet this season, but he would love to start on the pole as a championship-eligible driver in the final race of the season. He's going to get to the inside of Eli Bright through turn number 2. We're side by side on the final lap here at Darlington, and Matt Daleo puts the 95 in the outside wall. And we might just be looking at the champion for Season 4 of the HES Elimination Series. In championship eligibility still, Matt Daleo coming out of turn number 4 is going to grab a victory here at Darlington, and he'll start on the pole for the final race of the season, looking to defend his HES Elimination Series championship. The guy who will be challenging him for that championship will be Lagasee, who finished in 4th place for today's race. It's going to be either Lagasee or Matt Daleo who win the HES Elimination Series Season 4 Championship. Devin Cook and Julio Cesar eliminated from championship contention here today at Darlington, while championship-eligible driver Matt Daleo gets, let's see, I have it written down here. That is win number 13. For the defending champion here on Napa Fan. 13 career wins for Matt Daleo, one of the best drivers we have, and he's getting good at the right time. But Lagasee is not going to be too far behind him at Daytona. Lagasee is going to be starting 4th for the finale race at the Daytona International Speedway, and it's going to be a mine went blank again. It's going to be a duel between Matt Daleo and Lagasee for the championship. One of those 2 drivers will win the HES Elimination Series championship, and whoever finishes highest between Matt Daleo and Lagasee at Daytona for the Daytona 80K, I do believe that's the name of the race, will win the HES Elimination Series championship for season number 4. Matt Daleo looking to defend his HES Elimination Series championship, while Lagasee, the challenger, looking to steal it away from the veteran driver. And I know it still says S on Devin Cook. I didn't change that, and I just realized that I didn't change that, but Devin Cook is not safe from elimination. I just simply forgot to change that off of his name after the Talladega race, so I'm sorry to Devin Cook for giving you any false hope, but Devin Cook and Julio Cesar both eliminated from championship contention in the next to last race of the season, and it's going to be between Matt Daleo and Lagasee for the championship here in the HES Elimination Series Season number 4. That race will be on Wednesday, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing who's going to come home with this championship. And it definitely could be Matt Daleo going back-to-back here in this series. But he's been doing a fantastic job this season. And he did a fantastic job in this race to get the victory here in the Darlington 50K. His 13th career win on Napa Fan. Definitely one of the best drivers we have here on this channel. And he might just get his 3rd career championship on this channel as well on Wednesday. But he's got to beat Lagasee in that number 93, the young rookie driver looking to spoil the party for the champion. And he might have a very good shot at doing so in that number 93. It's going to be a great championship battle at Daytona. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Next race is going to be the Southern 100K in the Aero Electric Pro Series on Monday. Then the finale race for the HES Elimination Series on Wednesday. And then the finale for the Aero Electric Pro Series next Saturday morning right here on Napa Fan. Congratulations to Matt Daleo for winning, and I will see you guys later.